is sent in the camp. You're a strong man. What did he say to Gideon? He called him a mighty man of valor. Did Gideon lose the fights? He didn't lose none. He's fighting because through that word. You can't defeat me. I'm Gideon. I'm a courageous fighter. I don't lose fights. The word doesn't lose. I don't lose. Verse 9, he said, I've been commanding you to do this. He said, have I not commanded thee? So verse 6 and verse 7, when you saw the word be strong and of a courage, that was a command. He was telling him, not suggesting, not asking. He was telling him who he is. This is who you are, Joshua. You are strong and you are of a good courage. That's why Joshua could run down a hill to fight a nation that had just defeated his, a nation that it was 5 nations, I think it was, that were, he surprised. How do you surprise 5 nations? And defeated them. To the point where the whole solar system that God created stopped at Joshua's words. Man, y'all, I'm telling you, you just missed one. You missed it. I'm going to say it again. The whole universe, everything concerning time, stopped not because God said it, but because Joshua said it. Because they heard God. He wasn't even saved. Born again. Filled with the Holy Ghost. Speaking in tongues. But he had a word. He got a word. And he said, sun, stand thou still over this particular place. And moon, stand thou still over that place. The 2 elements that these people worshipped as gods, he said, my God's higher. And those gods have to obey me. And my God just stand there and said, I dare you move. I'll kill you both. If the moon had just nudged just a little bit, he'd have wiped the moon out. Because the moon disobeyed Joshua. But the power was there. We revel at that. But we forget it's in us too. And the Bible says we got a better covenant with better promises. Back then, 1 will put 1,000 flight, 2 10,000. Now, all he needs is just 1. He can stop everything with 1. Most of the time. So he gave Joshua a command, be strong and of a good courage. Now, remember, he's telling this to Joshua. He's not telling this to the children of Israel. He's telling this to Joshua. Now, go to the bottom of that same chapter and go to the last verse in the same chapter, chapter 1 of Joshua, and go to the last part of verse 18. I'm going to read it down, but you go to that last part after it says only. So whosoever he be that doeth rebel against thy commandments, and the Lord brought this to my attention a while back. He brought it to my attention. He said, Willie, they didn't say whoever rebels against my commandments. He said, they said whoever rebels against Joshua's words. What would they do? And will not hearken unto Joshua's words. Even the universe will listen to when Joshua speaks, when he's drawing might and ability from the word of God, which is God. He said what? And all that thou commandest him. Are they going to take a vote? No. Is the church going to discuss whether or not to follow him? No. Are they going to vote him out of office? No. He said, we're going to kill him. Now, I'm not advocating killing church members. And I'm on tape, so I'm not going to say some of them need to die. And I'm serious. Some of that mess needs to die. And if they don't want to let go of it, you watch. They're going to start dying too. God is done with churches running pastors. He is fed up with it, and he is done. But he's also done with cowardly pastors that'll preach what the church wants. What does he want? He wants Joshua's in the pulpits. He wants his deacon board to be like these military men that said, anybody don't do what you say, pastor, just don't even worry about it. You'll hear somebody scream out back, but just don't worry about it. They won't bother you no more. And he's done with churches going to court to settle church issues. That mess is over. He's going to start leaving all them churches. They said, we'll kill him. We'll put him to death. Now watch. They said the same thing to him that God's been saying to him. Only be thou strong. Where? Strong. This is the same strong. In the Lord. That's what they're saying. Be strong in the Lord. And of a good courage. Where are you going to get that from? The Word. So don't just mindlessly confess.